Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Liz from West Star Tarot. And today I am here to talk to you about my March favorites, my March recap. And it was a fairly packed month, partly because it is my birthday month. And so I have a couple little things I want to share with you about that. And also I did take a vacation in March. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start with what's right on top. And it is Hecate. And this is a representation of Hecate from Daughters of the Moon Tarot, one of my favorite and oldest and dearest tarot. And so Hecate has been on my altar for the month of March and also February. And I have invited her in because I would like to get to know her better. I am using, I've just started this book by Courtney Weber on Hecate. And so that is something I'm reading and working on. And so that's the deity I'm working with. And let's see, where do I want to go from here? So the animal, my animal for the month of March was camel. And I've never pulled camel before. I have to say I have had a personal experience with camel. I was in Morocco and there's a lot of camels, and I had never had anything to do with camels. Obviously, I live in the northeastern United States. We don't really have many camels around here. So this was kind of a fun and different animal to be working with. And to be honest, I think I might carry camel over into April. Because I was gone for half the month, I didn't really put as much thought into this animal as I'd like to. So I think I will carry camel over into April. My plant spirit for the month of March was nettle. And I think I'm going to carry nettle over as well because nettle is going to be coming up soon in my yard, and so I really think of nettle as a spring herb. It's a wonderful spring tonic. Here on this card, it's called, the keyword is transformation. Wake up. Nettle helps you transform foggy thinking so that you can respond to prickly or heated situations by speaking up for yourself in alignment with your own truth and without harboring resentment or attachments that can leave you feeling tired, congested, and irritated. So that is nettle. And as I said, I think I will carry nettle over into April as well as camel. And then my weaver for the month of March was this lovely being. And I've never pulled her before. This is Snow, Weathered Woman of the Skin Mask. And again, I think I'm going to carry her over as well. So those are my animal, goddess, plant, weaver cards. Decks that I used. So this is a deck that I use daily, almost daily anyway, every month. And I almost always forget to mention it. Maybe because I'm just so used to it being out on my altar. But it's this one. The Living Wheel astrology cards. You can see how beat up the box is. That is because before the pandemic, I was traveling a lot for work, and I brought this deck with me whenever I traveled. And so you can see it got a little beat up. But what I do is I will put the sun sign. So of course, now we are in my beloved Aries. And I will put the seasonal card, and we are now just past the spring equinox. Is that upside down? No, there we go. It is upside down. There we go. And I will do the moon. So here we are with the waxing moon in Virgo. So that is the Living Wheel. And as I said, I have that deck out all the time. And I often forget to mention it when I do my monthly recaps. So another deck that I use this month is the Roar Oracle. This is by MJ Cullinane, the same person who did the Urban Crow and the Crow Tarot and the Forhexa Tarot. And I always pull this deck out in March because it's Women's History Month, and I like to pull a card a day. So here are some of the wonderful women that I pulled in the month of March. Again, I was a little bit short because I was away for half the month. But anyway, and one of the things I love most about this deck is this card. It's our beloved Pixie. So anyway, the Roar Tarot, Roar Oracle. And then I also actually brought this deck on vacation with me. I did not bring this big Gigundo box. This is Witch's Wisdom. I am really, really, really loving this deck. It is really speaking to me and really reading well and clearly. I'm just really enjoying it. It's a beautiful deck. I love the artwork. It's Daniel Barlow and is the artist, and Phyllis Currat is the creator or author of the deck. This is the Fool, the Pilgrim, and the Pilgrim takes a journey through all of the major cards. Phyllis has reversed the order of the majors, which I know is concerning to some people. Oh, I love this one. Oh, love it. But it's fine with me. I have many, many decks that have the decks in the normal order, so it's kind of actually fun to work with one that has changed things up a bit. And she has changed the name of quite a few of the majors as well. Another deck that I worked with, and interestingly, this one and the Witch's Wisdom and the next one I'm going to talk about are all Hay House decks, and I did a video in March on several Hay House decks. Hay House is kind of starting to, I don't know, they're starting to do some really good decks. So this is Sacred Medicine Oracle by Aisha Frost and Steph Littlebird. This is an Indigenous American deck, and I'm really loving it. Love the artwork, love the guidebook. Really getting some wonderful readings from this deck as well. This was the card that I picked on my birthday. Spring equinox is the card, and my birthday is 2 days after spring equinox, well, this year 3, and I loved that this was the card that I got. And I have never felt particularly connected to Eagle, and so now I'm thinking Eagle is speaking to me, so I'm going to be thinking a lot about Eagle. So this is the Sacred Medicine. Really enjoying this deck quite a bit. And then the next deck that is also a Hay House deck is this one. I brought all 3 of these on vacation with me. It's Fifth Spirit by Charlie Claire Burgess. And wow, I love this deck more than I can say. It is so powerful and such a clear reader, and I'm not always one to use the guidebook, but I have been with this one, and I feel like Charlie has done an incredible job with reframing some of the cards in a really powerful, meaningful, potent way. It is somewhat Rider-Waite-Smith based. I am just loving this deck so much. So let me just tell you, on the back, they talk about the tarot thrives in liminality and nuance. The more we work with tarot, the more we realize that everything is fluid. Gender, meaning, even time. We're all creatures of earth, air, fire, and water, bound together by the 5th element, spirit, thus the name of the deck. This deck expands notions of gender through the juxtaposition of traditional titles and queered imagery. It encourages you to queer your practice by listening to your intuition, your personal symbolism, and your own lived wisdom. Now that's queer. So I am loving this deck. These were the cards I pulled for today. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Lovers. And the meanings of the cards based on my question or inquiry weren't didn't pop clearly to me. So I pulled out the guidebook and whoa, it was pretty incredible. So I want to talk a little bit about some card related gifts that I got. So this one is from a dear friend. It's a set of postcards by Phoebe Wall, who's I think from Pacific Northwest, and she does these lovely flower fairy illustrations. These are postcards, and I love them. As an herbalist, I, of course, look at this beautiful echinacea. And the flower fairies are adorable and just, I love it. So anyway, that was a set of postcards that a friend of mine gifted me for my birthday. And then my daughter gifted me this, and I might cry, so bear with me. So this is my beloved familiar Rusty, who passed away last year in March, so a year ago. And I'm still hurting and missing my beloved pet familiar. These are some pictures of Rusty that I have had on an altar that I set up for him. This was in his later days. This was in his younger days. This was the last day that he was with us. And this is just a photo that my daughter took of him. So what Naomi, my daughter, did was she has a friend who will take a picture of your familiar and turn them into a tarot card, an illustration of a tarot card. And I think Rusty ended up as Strength because I'm a star Strength, and Naomi knows that those are my birth cards. So this touched my heart and my soul so much, and I am so happy to have this beautiful version of my Rusty, and I will be hanging him up in my room here, and I will always have him present, and I just can't tell you how much that means to me. Another gift I got was from a very dear friend of mine. It came like this, and this is something completely different for me. And you might be able to guess if you look at my fingers what this is. It's a glass pen. How fun is that? With this really cool iridescent blue sparkly ink. And I'm afraid I might end up going down the rabbit hole with this. Anyway, I've only used it once, not terribly successfully. And I think I got more ink on myself than I did on the paper. But anyway, so that was a wonderful gift. And then another card related thing I wanted to mention was this. So I went on vacation with my sister, Julia, and it was to celebrate a milestone birthday. And we went to Caye Caulker, which is a little 5-mile long, less than 1 mile wide island off the coast of Belize. And I want to move there. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was the weather, the food, the people, the scenery. We went snorkeling, we went cave tubing, We went to see Mayan Temple. We kayaked. We walked everywhere because there are no cars allowed on Caye Caulker. So you either walk, bike, or take a golf cart. And we just walked everywhere we went every day. I ate so much fish. They specialize in ceviche. Oh my God, it was heaven. So anyway, as part of our vacation, I brought along this Wingspan. I have the original North American cards, the European cards, and the Oceanic cards. And it's a board game. It's an engine building board game. And it is so much fun. And I've been trying to get my sister into playing Wingspan for the longest time. And I decided to bring it with us. And we played Wingspan every day, except for the day we went to the Mayan Temple, because that was an all-day excursion. And it's Wingspan, it's the cards, it's based on birds. You feed the birds, you build your engine. I mean, it is just so clever and so much fun. And we played 2 or 3 times a day, like I said, almost every day. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring Wingspan into my monthly favorites because it is card related. It's not tarot, but look at all these cards. There's hundreds of birds in this deck, and it is so much fun. If you've never played it, I urge you to check it out. There's all kinds of instructional and informational videos on YouTube, so just Google Wingspan and see what you think. See if you think you might like it. It's really a lot of fun. And one of the things that I like about it, it's the only engine building board game I've ever played, so I don't really know what other ones are like. What I really like about it for my brain in this elder body of mine is I have to really think. I have to think about several moves ahead. And so I'm not just in this turn, but I'm in this turn building for the next turn, next turn, next turn, next round, next round, next round. So it really gets my brain exercised, and I love that. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I urge you to check it out. So that is, I think those are all the card related things. And I just had one more thing. I didn't even mention that The Living Wheel is created and authored, and the artwork by Patrick Fogarty. And what made me think of that was because the crystal that I used this month is this amazingly gorgeous, I can't even say. I'm speechless. But anyway, I got this crystal, I think last month in February. Patrick does online crystal sales on Instagram every so often. And this is a crystal that I got from Patrick. And it's amazing. This was actually from his personal collection, and he decided that it wasn't for him anymore, and so he put it in the sale, and I snapped this bad boy up immediately. Love, love, love it. So I think that's everything. I think that, oh no, one more thing. So I made a video actually, I think it was the 2nd day of April, but I'm going to talk about it now. It's about something I've been thinking about for quite some time, and that's why I'm putting it into my March recap. So the video is called Using Magic to Overcome Hate, a Call to Action. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were just, feeling really despondent about the state of the world, the state of the United States, the hatefulness, the violence, the repression, the backwards facing, going back in time, shit that's going on, not just in the US, sadly, but around the whole globe. And so in our conversation, we were saying to each other, what can we do? Oh, we march, we protest, we write letters, we do vigils, we speak out, and all this stuff that we do and have been doing for decades isn't working. So we were just thinking, well, we got to come up with something different to change the energy. And, we want to protest and get rid of this violence and hate and dreadfulness and repressiveness. And we also want to protect those who are in the marginalized communities who are most targeted by these hateful people. So we thought, well, what's the answer? Magic. We need to all get to work and do spells and do our magic. Tarot, crystal, candle burning, herbal, whatever kind of magic we do. Lighting a candle to send out peace and love. If you're someone who hexes and you feel comfortable with that, maybe that's something you can do. One of the kinds of spells that I find particularly helpful is a freezer spell. So maybe we can do a freezer spell around the hateful ones. And so in this video, I put out a call to action to the tarot community, the magical community, the metaphysical community, to bring into your magical work on a regular basis, if daily, if possible, monthly, on the full moon, on the new moon, on the dark moon, whatever, in your covens, singly, solitarily, on your channels, a call to action from you. Just start doing magic on a regular basis for protecting folks that are in marginalized groups and for trying to move us forward instead of backwards and bring in more loving vibes. I do believe that when we work magic, we change the energy. And so this is a real possible way that we can change the way things are heading. So I ask you to please consider bringing into your magical work on a daily or monthly or whatever, quarterly, whatever basis, this kind of magical work. And check out my video because I go into a little bit more detail about that. And I'm going to be talking about this more in upcoming videos as well. So thank you for joining me. I had a wonderful birthday month. My heart is full. My soul is happy. I'm loving the decks I'm working with. I'm loving that my friend Rusty is visiting me. And I ask you to join with me in the magical work that I mentioned. Please comment below on your thoughts about any of the things I've talked about. Let me know if you've ever played Wingspan and what you think about it, if you have, what you think about any of the decks I've mentioned, and so forth. So peace and love to you all, and may the force be with you.